Welcome back to this very special edition of New Day Northwest, highlighting the services and specialties at Providence Swedish, who, by the way, have just received a Center of Excellence Award for their ECMO program. Now, ECMO is essentially a pump that takes over the work of both the heart and the lungs for people experiencing critical heart and lung failure. Providence Swedish is one of the few hospitals with the program in this state, which includes staff who are highly trained in the ECMO procedure. ECMO program coordinator Erin Lomas joins me now to share more. So we talked a little bit about how ECMO works, but I want the expert to explain, please.
You explained it very well, actually.
Thank you.
So ECMO stands for extracorporeal, which means outside the body, membrane oxygenation, which refers to an artificial lung.
Okay.
So we are able to essentially shuttle the patient's blood out of their body through our artificial lung and pump, and then give it back to them. So now it's oxygenated, it's been reduced of carbon dioxide, and we're also able to support their heart as well, not just their oxygenation and ventilation.
Wow, this is incredible. Now, who needs this? Who are the patients that are needing this?
That's a great question. So the really important thing to know about ECMO is that it's best to support reversible causes. So we're looking at patients who have had a big heart attack, who now have what's called cardiogenic shock. So their heart is stunned and it can't support their body. So we could put them on ECMO, buy them time, however much time they need to recover on their own, and then we can remove the device and they can continue on their medical recovery. For patients who need veno-venous ECMO for lung support, oftentimes they have what's called acute respiratory distress syndrome after, say, pneumonia.
Okay.
So their lungs are not working, they can't exchange carbon dioxide and oxygen like you and I are doing right now through our mouth and our noses, and we're able to do that through this pump and support them where other modalities of support would not work.
This must have been very important as the COVID pandemic swept our area.
It was. So COVID, of course, as a lot of people know, hit the United States kind of right in our own backyard.
Yep.
Kirkland, Everett had the first patients, and we had the privilege of caring for some of the very first patients on ECMO, and they were survivors.
Nice.
And they're thriving out in our community now and have gone back to what they love doing.
So how did Providence Swedish become a center for ECMO treatment in Western Washington? How did that all come about?
So our program started back in 2015 with the arrival at Swedish of Dr. John Mignon, who is our ECLS medical director. And he really launched our entire advanced cardiac support service line, which includes the ECMO program. And it was through very generous donations to the Swedish Foundation and the Locke Trust that got us started with our initial equipment, with our education, and then our ability to care for our patients.
So what would you say is unique about the program specifically at Swedish?
I think one of the most unique things about us is our team-based approach to everything. So we have a great multidisciplinary team, physicians, pharmacists, perfusionists, nurses, you name it, they're part of our team. And we get together regularly to discuss our outcomes, to look at trends, to look at research, and really make sure that we have the best evidence-based practices in place to ensure that our patients have the best possible outcomes.
So it's not just I learned this once, we're going to keep we're constantly
always learning.
And that's why, and I mentioned this in the intro, that's why I understand that Providence Swedish ECMO program was recently awarded a gold standard national recognition for excellence. What does this mean?
So this is actually our second consecutive time receiving the Award for Excellence from the Extracorporeal Life Support Organization.
Wow.
So it is an international organization, an international designation, and what it demonstrates for our program is really our commitment to quality and to our patient outcomes. We had to show them our quality improvement initiatives, our outcomes, our team-based approach, all of our policies, and we were designated until 2026, actually.
That's incredible. Well, congratulations, and most
you.
well-earned congratulations.
Thank you.
So what are the next steps for the ECMO program?
So we're always looking for program expansion and growth where we can. So some of the things that we've been working on over the summer are creating partnerships in our community with other hospitals that don't have the ability to support their patients on ECMO. So we've created pathways for them to call us, and we can retrieve patients, bring them to Swedish, and give them the support that they need in a timely manner. And this greatly improves their outcomes, their quality of life, and their ability to discharge from the hospital.
Oh my goodness, we are so lucky to have this in our area. Thank you so much, Erin. It was a pleasure seeing you again. And for more information, visit swedish.org/ECMO or contact the Swedish Heart and Vascular Institute.